'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? What would you of me? I'll have no Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and you're focused. Aye, got some coin to spare your much appreciated. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth. Awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a night as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach, the better to know. Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain, should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Birkin, which lives on to this day.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
The room's at your neck.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
I'll gladly stay a while. Not to look forward to, but a long When does my watch end?
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Lot of arses round here with sticks
Couldn't
lodged
hurt
up
to rest
'em.
my feet a moment.
Not to work, try to put bread on the table.
'Tis quiet about.
I don't know what to do.
Bit of a tight spot.
I don't know what to do.
Got more soil on me than an unwashed potato.
don't know what to do.
Got to sell off what
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those left.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Tis so dull when
Sets my
there's nothing
thoughts down
doing.
dark paths, this place. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
This is
My
nice.
mind.
Place the
I
more the
mustn't
merrier.
falter.
I ain't gonna make any
Go
coin here.
on, have a look.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
This job better be worth it.
Interested in my wares?
Bloody early.
I can't take it anymore.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
Something fun to do.
Not many rumours to be had around here.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I've made my bed. Now to
What am
lie
I
in
to
it.
do?
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
To take my mind off my troubles.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Suppose I'd best get to work. Wonder how long this.
Still a while to go before my shift's over. Yeah, come Everyone's busy with their own affairs. I
Feel more welcome here than any place else.
All the best tales come from travellers at the inn.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead. Oh, I'm in fine fettle today.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Our soldiers need better training. We know how to leave.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
Oh, goodness me.
What a waste of time.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it. I'm not risking my life for a pittance.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
The wind blow my hair every which way. Perhaps I'll have a nap. Spend them in dreams. There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Now, how best to proceed? Now, how best to proceed?
Off wandering about again, I see. Why are you so adverse to doing honest work?
You would ask the proud sire of House Berkeley to move crates? To scribble in ledgers? Preposterous!
Albert, see sense. That pride of yours has already ruined you once before. Do you mean to let it do so again?
Aye? What do you want?
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labor? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and who better to make it plain for us than Albert himself? I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not. I have no intention of causing a fuss. Ah, good to see you. Those garments you gave me had a marked effect. Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily e'er since. I ne'er thought I'd see the day. To be frank, I've not the slightest interest in the man, but he can surely benefit this city much more by performing an honest duty than by begging on the streets. In short, you've done us all a service. Pray, allow me to show my appreciation.
Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map. You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
That's just what I was thinking. Getting proper rest is an important duty in its own right.
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
That took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
All people fear the dragon.
Sir Arisen, thank heavens you've come. Saurians have claimed the village yet again, just when almost all of the villagers had arrived as well. Oh, why must these scaly fiends beset us so?
Oi, what are you doing standing about when there's work to be done?
Jonas, this is the good sir I spoke of, the one who called the Saurians for us.
Is that right? Then I expect you to aid us with this mess, stranger. You did it once afore, eh? Only natural you'd help finish the job.
My apologies for the chief's temperament. Yet he speaks truly. We have need of your strength. Pray, cull the beasts as you did before, sir. I dare say you are the only one upon whom we can depend.
These Saurians are, it seems we've stumbled into Saurian territory.
Ice is our ally against the creed.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
The Saurians are no more, I see. That's twice you've come to our rescue now. You're more than a friend to Har Village, Sir Arisen. You are a hero. Truly, we cannot
Here he is! I found our troublemaker!
Jonas! What is the meaning of this?
This blasted Biestren went and ventured into Stormwind Cave! How many times have we said none are to tread there? But he just had to poke his nose where it didn't belong. There can be no doubt he's the one who incited the Saurians' attack.
Forgive me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Trust a Biestren to muck things up.
Jonas! Surely there's no need for such talk.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Seems to me Biestrens go causing problems, and we humans are lumped with the job of cleaning up after them.
Jonas, please! You're being ridiculous.
There!
I do apologize. 'Twould seem things have turned rather uncomfortable. But we mustn't let this sour your triumph. You came to our aid when we needed it most, and for that, you have our gratitude, Sir Arisen. I do hope you shall visit us again anon.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?